Good morning. It is 10:48 a.m. on Sunday, November 22nd, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Whew, slept in and needed it. Yeah, so as is typical on days where I sleep in, got a little thing on my I got up earlier to let Rocket out and give him breakfast, and then went back to bed. And he cuddled up next to me, and I just zonked out for another several hours. Honestly, I probably could have slept longer, but I did kind of wake up enough to check and see what time it was. And I think, in the interest of not getting my sleep schedule too offset, figured I'd go ahead and get up. I'm doing okay. But yeah, just I've talked about this before, but I actually tend to resent how much time I need to sleep. I sort of feel like, sure, it feels good to do snooze, sleep in, just kind of luxuriate and being comfortable in your bed and being sleepy. Like, that feels good, but it's a trick. It's your body tricking you into doing something that it thinks it needs, but takes up a lot of time that I could do something else with. Now, obviously, there's presumably some biological thing happening that our brains need. So, I guess. But I just, it's like I'm definitely someone who feels like I could use more hours in the day. But whatever, I don't know. That's might as well complain about, the sun rising or whatever. It's like, But, yeah, so we had a good session of Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, excuse me. That one snuck up on me. Good session of Dungeons and Dragons last night, Rime of the Frost Maiden. So that was fun. The party. So that adventure has milestone leveling based on completing quests. So there's a whole bunch of little quests to go on in the early parts of that adventure, and you get to level up for completing a certain number of them. Right? You go from level 1 to level 2 after you complete one quest. Go to level 3 when you've completed three total, like including the first one, and then 5 and so on. And this party had kind of a longer period than normal at level 2, because they had a lot of quests that were kind of not all the way complete, but they're kind of partly working on other things also, and sort of trailing some things on, that without 100% completing them. And so what happened is that they finally completed, got to their level 3 at the end of the last session. But they only had little bits left of 2 more quests. And so they finished both of those in this session. So they leveled up to level 3 at the end of the last session, and then they got to level up to level 4 in this one. Not even like halfway through it. So, yeah. But yeah, it was some fun stuff, and I enjoyed that. Because it's Sunday morning, I'm thinking of a couple of things. One is that I think I might be ready to resume my Legend of Korra rewatches. As I, explained back when I kind of temporarily stopped doing them, it had started to feel like a burden rather than something fun, but now I'm sort of feeling like I'm interested in getting back to it. So maybe I'll start doing that again next week on Sunday. Although I think in general, maybe when I finish doing Legend of Korra, maybe I need to rethink how I approach these rewatches, just because I think part of the struggle is that increasingly watching 1 half-hour episode per week when it's all out and all available to stream feels unnatural, right? Like, that doesn't feel like how we actually watch those TV shows anymore. Like, people binge them now. So maybe what I need to do is to rethink this one per week idea for something that's been out for a while. Anyway, still thinking about that. And also on Sunday is when I generally talk to family. So, looking ahead for that too. And I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.